All right, hello everyone. It is Nicole here. Happy living. I hope you are enjoying your day. So the time has come. A little secret of mine, well, not so secret maybe, but I have always wanted to live in a van or, like travel, right? Just the experience of traveling, sleeping, going wherever you want, right? And so originally I always wanted like one of those like hippie vans, right? Like the Volkswagen. I love retro things, and there's just something about that era, right? The 1960s, 70s. That is one of my favorite types of music. And so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm gonna let go of the hippie van thing for a while. I'm not really handy to fix it if it breaks, all that jazz. And then I went on to a bowler. I thought, yeah, like a bowler, still kind of like that retro vibe, still small, minimalist. So I checked out a couple, and it was just really like old, right? Which sounds ridiculous, right? But it was just like the foam, and I didn't really want to spend money at this point to kind of refurbish one. And so I thought, what can I do? I just really need to go somewhere. I haven't traveled, COVID in a couple of years, and I don't really want a tent, because I want to feel safe, my own, just feel safe from bears, people, whatever. So I'm kind of in my car. And so I kind of moved on from the bowler, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna switch my SUV into a little camper, right? So I'm like, I can handle that. And so I kind of had these plans of what I was gonna do. I've been in the market for an SUV, and I didn't really want to spend that money. I sound very cheap, right? And so I managed though to find a beautiful Honda CRV that literally was made for camping, and it still kind of has that bit of a retro vibe as well. And so I did it. I bought the CRV. I love it. I've been driving for a couple months now, and I converted it into a bed. And let's take a look. There she is. Boop boop.
Oh, the prairie lights are burning bright. The Chinook wind is moving in. Tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. Though I've done the best I could, my old luck ain't been so good. And tomorrow night I'll be Alberta bound. No one I met.
All right, so as I said, this baby was made for camping, right? It has a little hidden table underneath. It has all these side pockets, and I kind of like how this door opens to the side and not up, because then I can keep things in these little pockets. So I spent the last couple of months kind of just decking it out for camping. To be honest, I'm not really like the best camper in the world. I rarely camp, but I did it as a kid, and I love that experience. And so within the safety of my car, it's gonna be great, right? It's gonna be great. So as you can see, I have my cooler. I have a lot of dried goods, things that I can easily cook, like if it's raining, or there's a lot of fire bans, so that I can easily, cook on my propane stove. And so then I have another tub full of my camping gear and just, bug spray, things like that. My seats, and then I have a couple of things hidden under there, which I will show you later. And I also have my curtains. So I sewed, believe it or not, I sewed my curtains to go around. So as I can take a little closer look here, this wire here, for this year, I didn't want to go totally crazy. I wanted to try out, see if I enjoyed the whole sleeping in my van type of thing before I kind of spent too much money on like crazy things. So I tried to go as simple as possible. So I just decked out this wire kind of connecting wherever there was like the handle or these like seatbelt hooks, right? And so I just kind of wanted to not change anything too crazy. So these, as I'll show you in probably a later video, they'll just like Velcro on. Well, I did the Velcro for a while, and I was like screwing up the sewing machine, and then I just went to snaps, which is a lot easier for some reason. So I'll take a look through here. We'll go through there later. So to the side here, I kept this one seat. These seats are really cool. They just flip up super easily, and then they can flip down. I took out, or I should say my dad helped me. I know he's so handy. My dad took out the 2 seats that were there just so we'd have enough room for my bed. And yeah, so you know what, without further ado, let's take a fast forward look. Come on in.
Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound. Alberta bound, Alberta bound. It's good to be Alberta bound.
Alright, so I feel like I'm pretty much packed for this trip. I feel like I've been kind of packing little things, shopping, Canadian Tire, you know, for the past like 2 months or so. And I'm like, geez, I really should plan my route, right? But I do have my first couple of campsites booked, which makes me feel really good. And so yeah, so let's check out some of the stuff I have. So I just wanted to make sure that I had some like easy access things. So mosquito net, toilet paper. I have a little propane burner because there's a lot of fire bans going on. I think pretty much everywhere I'm staying, you're not allowed to have a fire at this point. And to be honest, I kind of like these things. I haven't used this before, but I know just like propane, like it takes a long time to cook things sometimes, especially when it's raining or whatever. So I feel like I'm really gonna enjoy this. Towels, my flotation device, you know, because I like to float. And yeah, just like my poncho, because I'm always a tourist at heart. And lots of little different things that I'll kind of shove in there. There's bug repellent and all that cool stuff. My cooler, the table that pops out of the bottom there. I have also a place to keep, you know, some things I want to keep cool for a little bit longer. So in here, I have some extra car stuff like windshield wiper fluid. I'm gonna buy some oil tomorrow to always make sure I have that oil topped up if it needs be. And so let's take a look over here. This is like the main attraction of this event is this bed. So I have a quilt my great grandmother made me, and which is beautiful. And so I have a couple layers here. I also have a sleeping bag just in case it gets really cold. And so all we did, my dad helped me with this obviously, with his welding and whatever, is he made this metal frame right about here. And so it kind of hooked in to where there was hooks already to kind of strap big things in. And he just went all the way across, right? So you can kind of see in there, it's only kind of half of where the bed would be. And then we just use this old flooring for the frame, right? And then I put a little foam, covered it with some bed sheets, pinned the back, and it's actually really comfortable. I might put my thicker yoga mats right flat on the wood, just to give it that little extra bit of comfort. But other than that, it's pretty big. It fits me, and again, I'm like about 5'10" or so. That seat can go a little bit further forward if I want to really stretch out, but I also kind of wanted some storage space in the front seat as well. So below here, you can see I have a couple of different containers, right? I was actually surprised how much I could fit into this wheel well area. So I have a container of my dried goods. This is also, you know, my feminine product, my first aid kit, everything like that. I'll probably keep my oil down there as well. I also have a lot of snacks. Those are my granola bars. These are right? So I really like to plan. So I have a whole whack load of the bags of like homemade trail mix, I guess. It's just like raisins and nuts for when I get tired. Tired on those all day hiking trails. I'm not a huge hiker. I love to walk and everything like that. But I will do my best because we are I will do my best because we are traveling in Canada, man. And so in Canada, that's what you do. You go on a hike. Or you hike for an hour and then you go to I don't know, a spa, right? Are the hot springs open? A couple of them are, so I'm gonna really be looking forward to that. So let's take a look over here. Which side should we go in? Yeah, let's go over here. So this side door, again, right? I love how much storage this vehicle has because I wanted to have, everything I more or less needed, but I also didn't want to be like stuffed, right? Like just jam-packed, nowhere to kind of put my feet, whatever, right? But you'll see under here, I shoved a tent. So yes, I did buy one of those really cool SUV, it'll come out the back tents. So it's kind of like a mad dash because, COVID, everything's, I don't know, people going camping now. And so a lot of things were taken, but I managed to find this at Princess Auto. And I'll show you the tent later, but I managed to shove it all under the seat. Could I get it back in the original bag? No, hells no. But luckily I could still fit it all underneath the seat, right? So that's out of sight, out of mind. And then so I'll just kind of pop that up whenever I'm at a decent campsite. In here, in my front passenger, I'm going to have my garbage, right? And then this will just also house my clothes and a few of my books as well. So that's kind of my closet area because I wanted to keep my clothes all kind of sorted out. A couple of jackets, right? Canada weather, you never really know if it's going to rain, shine, pour, snow, do all that in one day. So I have all my jackets there, and yeah, and I'll just kind of get things organized as time goes on. But that is pretty much my camping, my setup for when I go out, right? I'm gonna be traveling 10 hours straight, going straight to Drumheller, and so I'm looking forward to that drive. Actually, I'm gonna have like snacks on snacks on snacks. Hoping the radio doesn't let me down. And one last thing, I guess I kind of showed you this a little bit already, right? That seat folds in, and I have a toilet. Yeah, I don't know. I figured I might need it, I guess. So just in case I have a toilet, and if not, I have a bucket. And yeah, I'm gonna keep my water supply tucked in the seats, my bags in here. Everything has a nice little spot. All right, well, thank you so much for listening to this video. Stay tuned for more travel adventures, and of course, always enjoy the day.